Hey y'all, it's Natalie for Not Just for Boys Kit Club, and today I'm using the Noteworthy Limitless Kit. And this photo of my sons dressed up for Literacy Day where they picked a book character to dress up like. So I really love this town hall paper from Uniquely Creative, and I want to keep the whole alphabet. And I sometimes struggle with these really large printed designs, and I think I've had an aha moment when I was doing this page and I realized why I struggle was because I'm trying to do too much. They don't need much. And so this page comes together super quickly because I realized that I just need to add a little bit and the page was done. So I took I think it's called My Favorite, the plaid papers from Simple Stories, and I ripped a chunk out of the town hall paper and backed the corner chunk with the My Favorite plaid paper. And so I'm introducing that new green color and adding some interest to this paper because I didn't want to cover up any of that alphabet. And because it's about books and reading, and so I thought that it would work out really nicely. So I'm showing you that over there on the right, I plan to rip out another hunk to add another bit of green. And I go with this really big title piece that's from the ephemera from the Uniquely Creative ephemera pack in the kit. And I've backed my photo into my cardstock and I'm just roughing up the edges because I want it to kind of mimic the rough edges of the torn paper. And I'm going to use the Pink Fresh Studio gold alphas to add to my title as well. First, I'm going to rip the paper over there. So I just rip a little chunk out and do the same technique. I add the green plaid over there on that side. And then I use the ephemera pieces to kind of just add green bits around the photo. And it introduces, the green from the plaid into the main page and kind of brings together some cohesion. And like I said, this page came together super quickly. So that's why I'm kind of talking fast to get it all in. So I hope that you were inspired to use this large paper. I don't know if I'm like one of the only ones that struggles with these types of pages. I know that I've heard a lot of people say they do struggle with things like that have the big photos on the page. And so this is probably a technique that you could also use on those. So I'm going to kind of like make the photo a little crooked down there, and then I'm going to put book after the word the. So it's going to be the book boys. Heath was Jack from The Last Kids on Earth, and he had a little baseball bat. And then Lachlan was supposed to be a Minosaur, but at the last minute he changed his mind on the book and chose a different book to take of the dinosaurs. And that's so typical Lachlan because it wasn't maybe his full idea to be the Minosaur, so he had to put his own spin on it. Ooh, that kid. So I'm just taking a few of the leaves from I think it's the Noteworthy ephemera pack is the name of it, but it's the pack that comes in the Limitless kit. And I'm going to use that good stuff as the title. And I love that little like half circle there. And it already has like fake little staples in it, which I like. I'm telling you, when I say it came together so quickly, I'm not lying. It came together super quickly because there wasn't much to do. The alphabet is kind of the star of the page, but I used that little journaling block that's from the ephemera kit to journal and tell the little story of them. And I'm just really happy with how I got the story down and done. And you can see I pulled out a few different bits over there on the right, and I didn't use them all. Definitely, I think using them all would have been too much, especially with the bold alphabet. There would have a lot of letters, a lot of words. I like to minimize that, and that's why I definitely wanted to add in the foliage bits. I even considered like doing some white leaves on my die cut machine, but I decided to just go with the green ones. And I did pop that up on some foam dots just so that it didn't get kind of like wonky because of the ripped paper below it. That paper is super thick. If you go back and watch at the beginning, I had a little bit of trouble ripping it at first. It's a very thick, nice, luxurious cardstock. It is an Australian brand. And so I'm trying to figure out where to place that little arrow, and I decided to kind of point it at the boys, so it's kind of emphasizing that the title is talking about them. So I leave that there, and I add that little heart over there to add in more green, and there was just like an empty space. And then I think I'm just going to finish it off with those Noteworthy baubles is what they're called. I do use, I'm adding a date stamp in just right below the journaling there. I do use glossy accents to add those baubles because they are pretty big. They're bigger than just like a sequin. So I'm using glossy accents to make sure that they stay on nicely. And I added an odd number. An odd number is visually pleasing to the eye. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick process video. I'm going to link down below to the kits and to the blog if you're interested in seeing more detail shots. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. Bye, y'all.